For Spire Weather and Climate, I'm meteorologist James Van Fleet. Hope you've had a great week. Let's dive into the details today, showing deep vision and cirrus with our high resolution modeling. First, we're going to be talking about the atmospheric river. And of course, the LA Times putting out today that evacuation warnings have been issued due to obvious mudslides that we're anticipating as that rain comes down from the north and central parts of the state into Southern California. So with that going on, here's how some of our clients out west would be using some of this data. So I'll show you, of course, you get alerts and advisories in our deep vision solution. I'll just turn them on very quickly to show you as they populate. This can be customized to whatever your needs and concerns are. So if you have certain alerts that you don't care about, that's okay. We just don't have them in your solution so it doesn't clutter things up. As we can zoom in, you can see you get all your advisories and alerts like the gale warning that's just offshore of Santa Barbara and down in LA and San Diego region, just offshore, of course, marine weather statements with, as you would expect, the high snow and winter storm warnings that are coming into areas of the West Coast. So I want to show you, and in fact, let me plot up the current radar. So let's say I want to understand what's happening. There's your North American winter radar. So you can see the snow, the ice, and the rain. And then I want to check on, let's say I'm a power company. We'll use the West Coast power grid for an example. And you can see all of the lines, the major transforming lines are plotted up here. And along these lines, you have your advisories, which power line, and what the concern is. And over here in Florida, where I'm at, one of the largest companies in Florida that's a power company is a client of ours. And this is how they would gauge where are my biggest concerns so I know how to stage crews. And that's what our clients out on the West are doing today. If they're in the power generation, they want to know where do I need to stage crews where a most likely failure or issue would come along. So they're right there and not having to add all that travel time and cost and expense into this. Further, trade companies, a lot of you energy traders out there, and I really appreciate you watching the videos regularly, but a lot want to know where are the stresses so then I can know how to trade and move in my position to anticipate what's coming. So all kinds of clients that we have in the public sector, the private sector. Of course, there's a whole federal section where they deal with Department of Defense, other government agencies out there. So it really isn't limited to just a private business as to what your concerns may be. Also, having said that, I want to show you one last thing here on the deep vision. You can set your threshold. So let's say I'm concerned about winds over a certain threshold. This can be imperial or metric. But having said that, here's some wind gusts that I'm concerned about. And these will be the areas where we'd expect winds over 40 kilometers an hour. And then you can play that out, of course, and it will take you through the movement of that over the next 24, 48 hours. So very user-friendly as you're seeing. Lastly, I want to end on our cirrus solution. And for those of you just tuning in for a forecast, yes, this storm on the West Coast will be the last for a little while. Several are lined up, but they're headed towards Southeast Alaska, British Columbia, and the Alaskan Gulf coastlines in that region, all the way up to Anchorage even. So there is some relief in that respect. And would you believe it? I'm actually tracking two tropical systems. One is set to be a major cyclone up here in Northwest Australia as it comes on shore. So it does not matter what your concerns are in types of weather. We can customize it to your needs, your pain points, and concerns. So just a little explanation of how some of our clients are using our data and a little bit on the forecast ahead. I'll see you tomorrow with a fresh take from Spire Weather and Climate. And in the meantime, have a wonderful day.